Welcome back to Horoscope TV.
Yes, welcome.
If you are a Leo, or if you have a Leo rising sign, you really need to pull up a chair, get comfortable, and listen very closely to what we're going to talk about today.
You definitely do.
We are looking directly at your personal forecast for the entire month of June 2026. And, I am just going to be totally straight with you right out of the gate.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, this month you are about to get pretty much almost everything you have been asking for.
It's true. The astro charts are they're wild for June.
They really are. We are talking about a massive wave of personal power, extreme good luck, and basically a giant leap forward in your life.
There is a catch.
Right. There's always a catch that no one talks about.
Mm.
Getting exactly what you want is incredibly loud. Like, it takes a massive amount of energy, and it usually breaks the foundation of your old life in the process.
Exactly. It's a huge moment.
It is.
Yeah.
And you absolutely need the astrological charts to guide you through, the chaos of all this expansion. That way you can grab the luck waiting for you without totally burning yourself out.
Yeah, I think that is really the perfect way to frame it. The theme for you this month, Leo, is what we might call the cost of expansion.
The cost of expansion. I like that.
Right, because today's conversation is entirely based on reading the astrological charts and the astro data specifically mapped out for June 2026.
No outside fluff, just the charts.
Exactly, just the charts. We are looking at the exact movements of the planets, the moon phases, and how they physically and mathematically align with your specific sign.
So it's basically like a personal map.
That's pretty much it. Think of this as your personal map. We are going to trace exactly how this massive growth ripples through, every single corner of your life over the next 30 days.
A map for the chaos of getting what you want.
Yeah.
I really love that. So, before we look at your job or your money or even your love life, we kind of have to start with the absolute root of it all, right?
Mm-hmm. We do. We have to look at your personal energy.
Because everything else this month is going to flow directly from how you feel inside your own skin.
Exactly. If the energy isn't right there, nothing else works.
Right. And for you, Leo, the spark inside you is going to turn into a totally roaring flame.
Mm-hmm.
And looking at the charts, it seems this really kicks off on June 13th.
Yes, June 13th is a highly, highly significant day in the astrolabe.
Okay, so what exactly is happening up there on the 13th?
This is the exact day Venus officially enters Leo.
Oh, wow. Venus.
Yeah, and to understand what this means, we really have to analyze how Venus functions. Historically, ancient star watchers focused on Venus a lot.
Because it's so bright. Yeah.
Exactly. It was the brightest object in the sky besides the sun and the moon. And because of that intense beauty, they just naturally associated it with attraction, value, and what we find pleasing.
Okay, that makes sense.
And when a planet enters a sign in the charts, it basically means, from our perspective here on Earth, that planet is moving through the specific slice of the sky that belongs to Leo.
Wait, okay, so Venus is usually thought of as, like, the planet of romance and dating.
Mostly, yeah. That's what people think.
So are you saying that when it moves into my sign, if I'm a Leo, it's not just about who I'm dating, it's actually about how I see myself?
That is exactly it. Venus governs attraction, sure, but that always starts with how you attract things to yourself.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, when Venus moves into a fire sign like Leo, it acts like a giant magnifying glass for your self-image.
So you just feel better about yourself.
Much better. You become an absolute magnet for attention. Your warm, generous personality is going to shine so brightly that, honestly, people will just be drawn to you.
Like moths to a flame.
Pretty much. You stop doubting how you look or, how you sound. You just walk into the world knowing your worth.
Okay, let's make this really practical for the listener. If I am listening to this and going about my normal everyday life, what does this actually look like?
It means you are going to feel highly confident, just an overall boost.
So if you have been, like, hiding in the background at work, or maybe sitting quietly in your social circle, those days are completely over.
Oh, absolutely over.
The charts say this is a fantastic time to update your wardrobe.
Mm.
Like, go buy that outfit you have been staring at in the store window for weeks.
Yes, treat yourself.
Right. Change your appearance to match how incredibly good you feel on the inside.
Yeah.
Because your natural leadership skills are going to be impossible for anyone to ignore.
They really will be.
It is basically like you walking into a crowded room and a bright spotlight just naturally follows you everywhere you go.
Yeah.
You do not even have to try.
You don't. And people will respond to that instantly. They really pick up on that energy.
I mean, who wouldn't?
Exactly. But here is where we really need to look closer at the astro data, because the atmosphere changes very rapidly.
How rapidly?
Just 4 days later. On June 17, the moon enters Leo.
Hold on. Wait a second.
Yeah, it's a quick shift.
So I go from feeling like, a runway model who totally owns the room on June 13th to what? What happens when the moon shows up?
It's a completely different vibe.
How does the sky change my vibe that fast in literally just a matter of 4 days?
Well, it changes because of the nature of the moon itself. If we analyze the charts, the moon is the absolute fastest moving thing we track.
Oh, right, because it's so close to us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
While other planets take months or even years to move through a sign, the moon completes its entire cycle around the Earth in about 28 days.
Wow. Okay, so it's zooming through.
Yeah, it spends roughly 2.5 days in each sign. And because it moves so quickly, it governs our passing moods, our daily feelings, and our deep internal needs.
Okay, I think I get the difference.
Yeah, so think of it this way. Venus is the shiny, attractive exterior. It is the party dress.
Okay, the party dress and the moon.
The moon is the deep, tender heart beating underneath that dress.
Ah, okay. Wow. So the focus completely shifts from my looks and my charm to my deep emotional needs.
Exactly.
The charts say on June 17, you are going to want to feel special. You will really want to be appreciated by the people around you.
You're going to need that validation for sure.
Right. And you are going to feel a huge pull to share your creative talents, whether that is making art, playing music, or honestly just being the person who makes everyone laugh at the dinner table.
Yes, Leos love to entertain.
They really do.
Yeah.
But there is a catch here, isn't there? The moon makes you vulnerable.
It really does. When we analyze the moon in your sign in the astro data, we see that your emotions rise right to the surface.
You just feel everything intensely.
You do. Because you are sharing your creative heart with everyone, you are also exposing it. So you might find yourself feeling a little extra sensitive to criticism on this particular day.
Oh, man. So a passing careless comment from a coworker that you would normally just ignore might actually sting.
It might sting quite a bit.
So if someone makes like a weird comment about my shoes or my presentation at work, I might actually take it to heart.
Yeah, you might dwell on it.
How do I protect myself from that?
Well, you rely on the very thing that is making you sensitive in the first place, which is your Leo nature.
Oh, right. The big fire energy.
Exactly. What we see in the charts is that your big heart is incredibly warm and generous.
So it acts like a shield.
Kind of, yeah. It naturally processes the sting, realizes that your own joy is far more important than some petty comment, and allows you to just shake it off.
You process the emotion,
Right.
and then you just let the fire burn it away.
That is exactly how you handle it.
Your big heart protects you.
Yeah.
I love that mechanism so much. And, you're really going to need that big heart because the absolute best news of the entire month arrives on June 30.
Oh, this is the big one.
Yes. Get ready, Leo, because Jupiter enters Leo. The charts are calling this a major cycle of growth and just extreme good luck.
It really is. And to understand the scale of this, we need to talk about Jupiter's physical presence and its place in the astro data.
Okay, let's analyze it.
Well, Jupiter is the largest planet in our solar system. It is an absolute giant.
Bounces.
Right. So in the charts, whatever Jupiter touches, it expands. It acts as a giant magnifying lens for luck, for opportunity, and for optimism. And here's the kicker. It takes Jupiter about 12 years to travel through all the zodiac signs.
Wait, really? 12 years?
Yes. Which means it only enters your sign once every 12 years.
Once a decade. So this is a massive, incredibly rare window.
Extremely rare.
It is basically like the universe is literally handing you a blank check.
That's a great way to put it.
I mean, think about the difference between setting goals on June 1st versus setting goals on June 30.
Night and day.
At the start of the month, you might just be hoping to get through a busy work week.
Mhm.
But by June 30, with Jupiter in your sign, you are going to be overflowing with so much newfound optimism that your goals will be massive.
You're not holding back anymore.
Exactly. You are not just aiming for the ceiling, you are literally aiming for the stars.
And that optimism is fully backed by mathematical reality in the charts.
It's not just a feeling, it's real.
Right. When Jupiter enters your sign, it forms highly supportive angles to your personal energy. It brings a period of amazing personal expansion.
So this is the exact moment to set huge personal goals.
Absolutely. The universe is fully supporting your dreams right now and rewarding your brave spirit.
It is the ultimate green light. But, remember our theme for this month, the cost of expansion.
Right, the catch.
Because when a Leo is glowing with that much personal power and that much extreme luck, it naturally spills over. It creates massive ripples in other areas of life.
It can't be contained.
It really can. Which brings us to the first place that big energy hits, your love life.
Oh, yes. The love life is very busy.
We are talking about grand gestures, total fairy tales, and honestly, some serious drama.
Well, love and romance are incredibly active early in the month.
Let's look at the dates.
Okay, so on June 9, the astro charts show Venus forming a conjunction with Jupiter.
Wow, okay.
For you, Leo, this is hands down one of the luckiest days for love in the entire month.
Okay, wait, before we get into the luck, explain conjunction for me. What are these two planets actually doing in the sky on June 9?
Sure. A conjunction happens when two planets line up in the exact same degree of the same zodiac sign.
So they're basically right on top of each other.
Exactly. From our view on Earth, they look like they are sitting right on top of each other, so their energies completely merge.
Okay, I follow.
So on this day, you have Venus, which is the planet of attraction and value, combining forces with Jupiter, which we just established is the giant planet of expansion and abundance.
Oh, wow. So it is like taking the planet of love and putting it under a giant magnifying glass.
Precisely.
So if you are single, the charts say you have a very strong chance of meeting someone who is extremely generous and fun. You really need to keep your eyes open.
Very open. Go out and be social.
And if you are already in a relationship, June 9 is the absolute perfect time to celebrate your bond with a grand gesture.
Make it big.
Right, take your partner out. Plan something big and memorable. You are going to feel a really deep sense of joy and mutual appreciation.
The mechanism here is really beautiful when you analyze it. The conjunction creates a massive opening in your heart.
It makes you want to give more.
Yeah, it makes you want to give love very freely, which in turn makes you incredibly magnetic to receiving it.
I love that.
But, you know, the energy of the month does not stay this simple and sweet.
Of course it doesn't.
No, things get highly complicated right in the middle of the month, specifically on June 17.
Okay, yes, I am looking at the notes here, and the charts call June 17 a total double-edged sword.
That is the best term for it.
Wait, I am looking at this,
Yeah.
and you are telling me that on the exact same day, I am supposed to feel spiritually connected to my partner, but I'm also going to be violently jealous.
It sounds contradictory, but yes.
How does that even work in the sky? Do the planets just cancel each other out, or am I just going to feel crazy?
You are going to feel a very intense push and pull, and the astro data explains exactly why.
Break it down for me.
Okay, so on June 17, Venus forms a trine with Neptune.
A trine. Remind me what that is.
A trine is an angle of 120 degrees. It is widely considered the most harmonious, easy-flowing angle in astrology.
Okay, so trine equals good.
Right. And Neptune is the planet of dreams, illusions, and the ocean. So when Venus and Neptune trine, it creates a literal fairy tale quality.
Oh, that sounds so nice.
It is. You feel spiritually connected. You just want to share your deepest dreams with your partner.
Okay, that sounds absolutely beautiful. So where on earth does the intense jealousy come from?
Because on the exact same day, Venus strongly opposes Pluto.
Oh, in opposition.
Yes. An opposition is an angle of 180 degrees. The planets are standing directly across the sky from each other, basically locked in a tug of war.
And Pluto is heavy energy, right?
Very heavy. Pluto is the symbolic ruler of the underworld. It governs our hidden fears, our control issues, and deep power struggles.
Wow. Okay.
So while Neptune is trying to wrap you in this beautiful dream, Pluto is standing right across the room throwing dark shadows.
It's whispering terrible things in your ear.
Exactly. Whispering things like, what if you lose control? Or what if they're hiding something from you?
Oh my gosh. So I am just picturing this exact day like a scene in a really dramatic romantic movie.
Very cinematic.
Right. You are having this perfectly dreamy candlelit dinner with the person you love. The music is playing. The mood is super spiritual and beautiful.
Sounds perfect.
It is perfect. And then, out of nowhere, you get interrupted by an intense, dramatic argument over something completely silly, like who looked at whose phone or some comment made years ago.
That is exactly how this transit feels.
So how does a listener actually navigate two completely opposite intense feelings on the exact same Tuesday without completely burning down the romance?
Well, when we analyze this clash in the charts, the best strategy is radical honesty.
Radical honesty.
Yeah, if you feel a sudden flash of jealousy coming from that Pluto energy, you have to just recognize it for what it is.
Which is fear, right?
Right. It's a fear of losing the beautiful thing you currently have. Do not let it turn into a power struggle. Do not try to control the person you love.
So what do you do instead?
Instead, you just speak your truth very calmly. Say something like, I'm feeling suddenly insecure right now.
Just put it out in the open.
Exactly. By dragging Pluto's hidden fears out into the light, you basically take away all their power.
That makes total sense.
And then you can actively choose to let that dreamy Neptune energy guide you. You choose trust over fear, and you protect the fairy tale.
Choose trust over fear. That is the absolute ultimate advice for June 17.
It really is.
Now, as we move toward the end of the month, your love life is really going to require some steady patience.
Oh, yes. A lot of patience.
Because on June 29, Mercury goes into retrograde.
Here we go.
Right. We hear about this all the time on the internet. But what is actually happening when a planet goes retrograde?
Yeah, astronomically speaking, a retrograde is basically an optical illusion.
An illusion. Really?
Yeah. Because the Earth and Mercury orbit the Sun at totally different speeds, there are times when the Earth passes Mercury on the inside track.
Like racing cars.
Exactly. When we speed past it, it looks like Mercury is actually moving backward in the sky. It's much like how a slower car appears to move backward when you speed past it on the highway. Oh, that makes so much sense. I never thought about it that way.
Yeah. But astrologically, Mercury rules communication, commerce, and exchange. So when it appears to move backward in the sky, that energy turns inward.
Things get a little messy.
Very messy. Messages get scrambled, words are easily twisted.
So this is when texts get sent to the completely wrong person.
Exactly. Misunderstandings happen very easily.
You might even receive a totally random message from an old partner who suddenly wants a second chance out of nowhere.
It happens all the time during retrograde.
The charts highly advise avoiding any huge romantic decisions during this time. Do not break up with anyone, and definitely do not rush to the altar. Just take your time.
And there is a truly brilliant reason for this delay if we analyze the astro data.
What's the reason?
The confusion of the retrograde on June 29 happens right before Jupiter enters your sign on June 30.
Oh, right. The giant planet of extreme luck is coming the very next day.
Exactly.
So after a totally confusing day of backward communication and, like, your ex is texting you, Jupiter arrives to just clear the air. It blows all the clouds away.
The charts say this is when you will finally realize your true worth. You will finally understand that you deserve the absolute best devotion and you should never, ever settle.
When we analyze this sequence, the causality is just beautiful.
It really is.
The backward motion of Mercury on the 29th literally forces you to slow down and question your past choices. It creates this necessary space for reflection.
You have to look back before you look forward.
Right. And then Jupiter arrives like a massive burst of sunlight, filling that empty space with pure optimism.
So the confusion of the 29th is actually necessary so you can clearly see the value of what's happening on the 30th.
Exactly. It's the cost of expansion again.
You have to clean out the confusing communication to make room for the massive luck.
Spot on.
Okay, so your romantic life has all these dizzying highs, fairy tale moments, and dramatic power struggles.
It's a lot.
It is. But while your love life is basically a roller coaster, your professional life is asking you to put your head down and get serious.
Very serious.
Let's look at your work and career where we see these really slow builds followed by extremely fast action.
Yeah, the professional picture starts with a very strict demand for discipline.
Okay, when does that start?
Right at the beginning, on June 2, the Sun forms a helpful sextile with Saturn.
Okay, before we go any further, what exactly is a sextile and why do we even care about Saturn?
Good question. A sextile is a 60-degree angle, which represents two planets standing exactly 2 signs apart.
Okay, 60 degrees.
Right. It creates a very cooperative, supportive energy. It is a great opportunity, but you actually have to work to unlock it. It doesn't just fall in your lap.
Okay, so what about Saturn?
Well, Saturn is the furthest visible planet we can see with the naked eye. And because it moves so incredibly slowly through the sky, ancient astrologers associate it with the passage of time, aging, boundaries, and most importantly, hard work.
This tough teacher.
Exactly. It is the planet of rules and strict structures.
So when the sun, which represents my core identity, right?
Yes, your core self.
Right. When the sun makes a helpful angle to the planet of hard work, it means this is not the time to be the class clown at the office.
Absolutely not.
This alignment gives you the intense focus you need to complete really difficult tasks. Your boss and your coworkers are definitely going to notice your serious dedication right now.
He'll see you putting in the hours.
Exactly. This is a wonderful time to organize your workspace, clean off your desk, and finally set some long-term career goals.
Yes. When we analyze the charts, Saturn always rewards patience.
It likes slow growth.
It does. It rewards the unglamorous, behind-the-scenes effort. You know, the steady work you put in early in the month is sort of like mixing the concrete for a massive building.
Okay, mixing concrete.
Yeah. It does not look exciting. Nobody applauds you for pouring concrete.
Ah, very true.
But without it, nothing else can stand up to the extreme speed that is coming later in the month.
You are laying the groundwork.
Precisely.
But then, as we get to the middle of the month, communication and really fast action become incredibly important, don't they?
They do, because the sky shifts again. On June 15th, there is a new moon in Gemini.
A new moon.
Yes. A new moon occurs when the sun and moon are in the exact same spot in the sky, meaning the sky is totally dark.
No moon visible.
Right. It represents a blank slate, a fresh start. And because this happens in the sign of Gemini, which rules communication, thought, and local travel.
It opens up fresh opportunities for networking.
Exactly.
So this is a genuinely great time to learn new skills. You might be asked to join a new project or work really closely with a completely new team.
You'll be talking a lot.
And sharing your bright ideas is going to seriously impress the people in charge.
It really will.
And, that speed just keeps increasing as the month goes on. On June 28, Mars enters Gemini.
Now, this is a major speed boost. Mars is the red planet.
Because of the iron, right?
Exactly. It owes its color to iron oxide, which is why it has always been associated with blood, iron, drive, and action. It is basically the engine of the zodiac.
The engine.
Yeah. So when Mars moves into Gemini, which is the sign of fast communication, your professional energy speeds up significantly.
I am kind of picturing this entire month at work like building a race car.
Oh, I like that analogy.
Right. So for the first half of the month, back on June 2 with Saturn, you are just in the garage.
Mixing the concrete, building the car.
Exactly. You are slowly and carefully tightening all the bolts, making sure the engine is totally perfect.
Doing the quiet work.
But then, on June 28th, when Mars hits Gemini, you pull out onto the track and absolutely floor the gas pedal.
You are flying.
You are highly motivated to lead group projects and take full charge of important meetings. Your ability to speak clearly and confidently is moving you at literal top speed.
But, and this is a big but, right after you hit top speed, a major turning point arrives in the charts.
What happens?
On the very next day, June 29, there is a full moon in Capricorn.
Now, wait a minute.
I know, it's a hard pivot.
It feels completely backwards to slow down right when I finally hit top speed. Why does a full moon suddenly demand work-life balance when my career is finally flying?
Because a full moon eliminates everything, and I mean everything, including the cracks in your foundation. Unlike a new moon, which is a dark blank slate, a full moon happens when the sun and moon are completely opposite each other, lighting up the night sky entirely.
So it brings things to a climax.
Exactly. And Capricorn is the sign of ultimate public achievement, duty, and authority.
So a major project finally comes to a close.
Yes.
You might get a bunch of praise for all your hard work, or honestly, you might actually decide it is time to change your current job path entirely.
Yeah.
Because you realize it is just exhausting you.
That is the core mechanism right there.
Exhaustion.
Yeah. The full moon lights up the area of your chart connected to daily routines and your physical limits. Capricorn energy basically steps in and asks, what is the actual cost of all this success?
Wow. It demands that you look at your physical and mental limits.
You cannot stay at top speed forever without crashing the race car.
So true. The astro data is telling you to take the praise, finish the big project, but then immediately adjust your daily habits so you can actually enjoy the rewards of your massive career efforts.
Right. You have to step back.
Because the cost of expansion is exhaustion if you are not careful. You really have to find a better balance between your duties and your personal life.
Work smart, not just hard.
Exactly. Make sure you are working smart instead of just working hard. And speaking of working smart, we really need to look at your money.
Ah, yes. The finances.
Because balancing this incredibly fast career growth and your desire to treat your romantic partner with grand gestures, that is going to put a direct strain on your bank account.
It adds up quickly.
It does. Managing your wealth becomes a very delicate balancing act in June.
The financial focus begins very practically, actually. On June 4, the moon enters Aquarius.
Aquarius. What does that bring?
Well, Aquarius is an air sign known for innovation, groups, and constantly looking toward the future.
So it's very forward-thinking.
Exactly. When the moon lights up this area of your chart, it highlights your business partnerships and your shared resources.
Oh, okay. So you are going to feel a really strong desire to make your money work harder for you.
You want to grow it.
This is when you put on your serious financial hat.
Mhm.
It is a really great time to talk to a professional advisor or maybe sit down with your business partner to look at the numbers.
Look at the spreadsheets.
Right. The charts suggest exploring new and unusual ways to invest your savings.
However, we have to remember that Aquarius energy is highly experimental.
It likes weird things.
It really does. It is drawn to untested, futuristic ideas. So while the desire to grow your money is very strong right now, it requires the careful research that you built up with Saturn earlier in the month to ensure those ideas are actually safe.
Don't just throw your money away.
Exactly. Do not throw your money at the first wild idea you hear about on some internet forum.
Right. Do your research first. Because as we move toward the middle of the month, finding a real balance with your spending becomes the absolute priority.
It really does.
On June 21, the moon enters Libra, and there is also a first quarter moon in Libra on this exact same day.
Let's analyze that first quarter moon.
Okay, let's do it.
This phase happens exactly halfway between the new moon and the full moon.
So it looks like a half circle in the sky.
Exactly. In the astro data, this specific phase always represents a crisis of action.
A crisis.
It's more like a crossroads. It demands a decision from you. And Libra, as we know, is represented by the scales. It is the sign of balance, harmony, and beauty.
Okay, so you have a deep need for total harmony in your bank accounts.
You want everything balanced.
But remember, we also talked about Venus making you feel incredibly confident and wanting to shower your partner with all those grand gestures.
The expensive dinners.
Right. You might feel totally tempted to buy beautiful clothes or incredibly expensive gifts just to celebrate how good you feel.
It's a huge temptation.
The first quarter moon pushes you to make a solid choice. Do you buy the really expensive gift, or do you take a calm, balanced approach and finally resolve an outstanding debt?
Well, if we look at the charts, they're very clear. It pushes you to choose long-term financial harmony over a brief moment of excitement.
You really have to weigh your choices on the Libra scales.
You do. Play the long game.
And you really need to make the smart choice there because extreme caution is going to be required as June comes to an end.
Very extreme caution.
Because on June 29, Mercury goes into retrograde again.
Yes, our friend Mercury.
We already explained how this optical illusion in the sky totally messes up communication and texts in your love life. But Mercury is also the planet of commerce and exchange, isn't it?
It is, exactly. When the planet of systems and commerce appears to move backward in the charts, the systems we rely on every single day tend to just glitch out.
Everything breaks.
Basically, bank errors happen out of nowhere, checks get totally lost in the mail, computers and servers break down for no apparent reason.
This means you are going to face frustrating delays with bank transfers and paychecks.
Expect to wait for your money.
The charts actually give a really strict warning here. You need to keep all your receipts. Double-check all your financial statements.
Look at every line item.
Yes, you must completely avoid signing any major financial contracts right now. And please do not buy expensive electronic items while this planet moves backward.
You'll just have to return them anyway.
Exactly. It is so funny, though. There is this total contradiction in the charts.
How so?
Well, on June 21, you want to buy all these flashy gifts and beautiful clothes. But a week later, on June 29, you are completely banned from buying expensive electronics or making big financial moves.
That's a huge shift.
Is the universe literally putting Leo in a financial timeout?
Honestly, that is precisely what is happening.
A literal timeout.
Yeah. The astro data indicates a necessary cooling off period. But if we really analyze the purpose behind this timeout, it is actually a very clever mechanism to protect your wealth.
Oh, how so?
Well, think about it. The expanding energy of Jupiter is about to hit the very next day, on June 30.
Oh, right. The big expansion.
Right. If you spend all your money on June 28, you have absolutely nothing left to invest when the real luck arrives.
Wow. So instead of being frustrated by all the bank delays, you should use this slow period to just review your past spending habits.
Use the time wisely.
Look at where your money has actually been going. Find clever ways to save more. Careful planning during this confusing astrological weather is what will actually keep your bank account safe.
Exactly. Protect your gold.
Protect your gold. Which brings us to arguably the most vital part of the forecast.
You have to talk about health.
We do. Because balancing intense romance, a speeding career track, and very strict budgets is a really heavy load to carry.
It's exhausting.
All of this expansion requires really careful attention to your physical body and your mental peace.
Yeah.
We have to talk about recharging the lion.
Yes, your health and wellness, because if the machine breaks down, you cannot enjoy the ride. And your physical well-being requires a very gentle healing approach right at the start of the month. On June 1st, Mercury forms a positive sextile with Chiron.
Okay, Chiron, we haven't talked about that one yet.
Right, Chiron is a fascinating piece of the astrodata. It is actually a comet with a highly erratic orbit between Saturn and Uranus.
A comet. Okay.
Yeah, and in mythology, Chiron was a centaur known as the Wounded Healer.
The wounded healer. That sounds deep.
It is. He possessed the immense knowledge to heal anyone else, but he could never heal his own chronic wound.
Oh, that's kind of tragic.
It is. So in the astrological charts, Chiron represents our deepest vulnerabilities, but also our greatest capacity to actually heal through understanding.
So when Mercury, which is the planet of talking and communicating, forms a helpful 60-degree angle to the wounded healer, it creates a wonderful opportunity to finally talk about your health concern.
Exactly. Use your words to heal.
If something has been bothering you, physically or mentally, this is absolutely the day to speak up. Talking to a doctor, a therapist, or honestly even just a trusted friend about how you feel will bring you immense relief.
The mechanism at work here is the profound connection between the mind and the body.
They are totally linked.
They are. The gentle communication of Mercury connects directly with the healing power of Chiron. Speaking your worries out loud actually lessens their physical impact on your nervous system.
That is so powerful. The charts also really encourage you to look for natural healing methods and just simple daily routines that support your body.
Keep it simple.
We are talking about taking a quiet walk in nature, practicing deep breathing exercises.
Nothing too strenuous.
Right. These simple things will do absolute wonders for your overall physical vitality. They really help you release lingering mental stress.
And you need to release that stress.
You really do. And that gentle start truly pays off because your energy levels are going to receive a much-needed boost later in the month.
A huge boost.
On June 21st, the Sun forms a positive sextile with Chiron.
Now, the sun is your ruling planet, Leo. Well, it's a star, but in the charts, it's your ruler.
It's the center of everything.
Right. It is the center of our solar system, representing your core vitality, your ego, and your overall life force.
So it's your main battery.
Exactly. So when it connects positively with Chiron in the charts, it basically activates your natural power to heal yourself.
This fills you with so much bright and healing energy. You are going to feel a really strong connection between your positive mindset and your physical strength.
Mind and body working together.
The charts say this is an excellent day to start a totally new fitness program. Or maybe commit to eating healthier foods.
Your body is ready for it.
Your body is going to respond very quickly to any positive changes you make right now. You just have to trust that your body knows exactly what to do when you actually give it the right fuel.
It really does know, but you also have to know when the fuel is running low.
You can't run on empty.
No, you can't. Managing your stress levels becomes absolutely vital as the month concludes. Because on June 25, the sun forms a harsh square with Neptune.
Okay, a square. That definitely sounds difficult. What is a square doing in the sky?
A square is a 90-degree angle between two planets.
Okay, 90 degrees.
Imagine two cars arriving at an intersection at the exact same time from totally different directions.
They just crash into each other.
Exactly, or they block each other. It creates intense friction, tension, and a demand for immediate resolution.
So we have the sun, which is my core energy and vitality, basically crashing into Neptune. And we established earlier that Neptune is the planet of oceans, fog, and illusions.
Right, the misty planet.
The charts say this specific collision can make you feel extremely tired or just totally mentally foggy.
You'll just want to sleep.
You might feel totally drained by the simple demands of your daily life. It is absolutely crucial to get extra sleep. Do not push yourself too hard at the gym.
Take it easy.
Drink plenty of water and really avoid heavy foods to help clear the fog from your mind.
The friction here is that Neptune's misty, confusing energy literally clouds the sun's bright vitality.
It dims the light.
It does. It drains your battery. This is exactly why you feel that heavy, almost unexplainable fatigue. The astro data is telling you to stop fighting the tiredness and let your physical body rest.
I always kind of compare this kind of mental fog to trying to drive a car with a terribly dirty windshield.
Oh, that is a great comparison.
You know what I mean? You can squint and lean forward all you want, but you are not going to see clearly. You are just going to give yourself a headache.
It's pointless to keep driving.
Sometimes you just have to pull the car over, clean the glass, and rest. But here is my question. Why do so many of us feel terribly guilty for taking a nap?
Oh, it's such a common feeling.
And what do the charts actually say about granting yourself permission to just stop and rest without guilt?
Well, we live in a world that praises constant action and output, right? Which makes us feel guilty for pausing.
Always grind?
Right. But if we analyze the natural cycles in the astrological charts, constant output is mathematically impossible.
Even the planets take breaks.
Exactly. The planets themselves have periods of retrograde and slower motion. Rest is a required phase of growth.
I love that.
The astro data on June 25 is essentially a cosmic permission slip.
A permission slip to nap.
Pretty much. The harsh square with Neptune demands that you listen closely to what your body is telling you. If you push through the fog, you will only exhaust yourself further and delay your recovery.
So you just have to give in.
Yes. Leaning into your natural healing powers by sleeping and hydrating is honestly the only effective way to overcome these physical challenges. Grant yourself the permission to rest deeply without feeling any guilt whatsoever.
Just let it happen.
Yes, because your body is doing vital, invisible work while it rests.
No guilt. Just rest. I absolutely love that. You have to rest to prepare for the massive luck Jupiter brings on the 30th anyway.
You'll need the energy.
Okay, to wrap up all of this amazing advice we have gathered from every area of your life, we are going to build your cosmic toolkit for June.
Time to put it all together.
We are gathering all the specific lucky tools, the numbers, and the most important people you need to know about right now to navigate this month.
Let's start with your lucky elements. The astro data highlights a very specific color for you this month to help ground your energy, and that is gold.
Gold. That is absolutely perfect for a Leo.
It really is. Wearing gold or keeping this color visible in your workspace will help amplify that bright personal power we discussed earlier with Venus.
It is royal, it is bright, it just commands attention.
It matches your vibe.
Now, grab a pen, because your best dates to remember this month are June 13, June 17, and June 30.
Very important dates.
Notice how these are the exact dates we talk about for your major planetary shifts? And your lucky numbers for the month are 1, 5, 13, 17, 25, and 30.
It is so fascinating how these numbers mathematically match the story of your month in the charts.
It's like a code. Number 1 connects to June 1st, your day of gentle healing with Chiron.
Exactly.
And number 13 is when Venus enters Leo and makes you a total magnet for attention.
Yes.
Number 17 is when the moon enters your sign and brings those deep creative feelings.
The vulnerable day.
Right. Number 25 is your day to rest completely without guilt. And number 30 is the grand finale when Jupiter brings you massive expansion.
It really is incredible.
Where lucky numbers are literally a roadmap of your journey.
It is a beautiful mathematical pattern in the charts. But, the tools in your kit are not just numbers and colors. They are also people.
Oh, the people around you matter so much.
They do. The people around you can either amplify your energy or completely drain it. So let's analyze your relationship matches for the month.
Let's do it. Who is my best match?
Your best match, by far, the person who will actually help you navigate this massive expansion is Sagittarius.
Yes, Sagittarius is such a perfect match for your big, joyful energy, especially when Venus enters Leo on June 13.
Two fire signs having fun.
The charts say the moon moves into Sagittarius on June 26. This creates a really fantastic weekend for the two of you to travel or just explore new places together.
Highly recommend a road trip.
For sure. And when Jupiter moves into Leo on June 30, your shared luck and happiness are going to reach massive heights. You both absolutely love to dream big. You encourage each other to take risks.
The astro data clearly supports this pairing because of how the elements interact. Like you said, both Leo and Sagittarius are fire signs.
They speak the same language.
Exactly. In the charts, signs of the same element form natural trines. Those are those easy-flowing 120-degree angles we discussed earlier.
So they just get along naturally.
They speak the exact same energetic language. They do not hold each other back. They naturally push each other forward.
And remember that dreamy day on June 17. Venus connects beautifully with Neptune to bring a deep spiritual and romantic bond between you and your Sagittarius partner.
It's a very sweet connection.
Plus, when Mercury goes backward on June 29 and communication gets all scrambled, it will not bother either of you.
You'll just shrug it off.
You both prefer to just laugh at silly mistakes rather than get angry and hold a grudge. Sagittarius gives you the exact freedom you crave, while still offering the true devotion your heart needs.
It's a great balance.
Now, on the opposite end, we have your worst match for the month.
Oh, this one is tough.
And I am so sorry to say, but you need to be very careful around Taurus right now.
The friction here is really rooted in the fundamental structure of the signs. Both Leo and Taurus are what we call fixed signs in
Those
astrology.
six signs, what does that mean?
Fixed signs are the builders of the zodiac. They are incredibly strong, but they are also deeply, deeply stubborn.
Oh, so they butt heads.
Yes. They do not like to change direction once they are set in their ways. So when you combine fixed fire, which is Leo, with fixed earth, which is Taurus, you basically have an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object.
And that collision happens pretty early in the month.
It does.
When the moon enters Taurus on June 11, you are going to feel immediately blocked by their slow-moving energy. You really want to shine and take massive risks. But Taurus just wants to stay home and follow a strict, comfortable routine.
They want the couch. You want the stage.
Exactly. When Venus enters Leo on June 13th, boosting your desire for fun and grand gestures, Taurus is probably going to complain about the cost and just refuse to join you.
It becomes much more difficult as the month goes on, too. Chiron enters Taurus on June 19, which really brings up deep, old fears for them.
Oh, that makes it worse.
Yeah. In the astrological charts, when a Taurus feels insecure, they react by becoming extra bossy and controlling to try and stabilize their environment.
But Leo needs freedom.
Exactly. As a Leo expanding rapidly this month, you need total freedom to express yourself. Taurus will just feel like a heavy weight holding you back.
And do not even try to have a peaceful conversation during Mercury retrograde.
Just don't even try.
The charts say on June 29, Mercury going backward will cause really intense arguments between you two, specifically about your values and money.
The first quarter in energy really hits hard there.
Plus, the full moon on June 29 highlights duty and limits, which honestly just makes Taurus seem even more boring to your fiery spirit. You simply cannot tolerate their refusal to try new things right now.
It's just a bad mix this month.
I always think of it this way. This month, a Sagittarius is like a really fun co-pilot who hands you the map, rolls down the windows, and turns up the radio so you can actually enjoy the ride.
I love that.
But a Taurus is like a terrified backseat driver who is constantly complaining and trying to pull the emergency brake while you were driving on a highway.
That is a very, very accurate metaphor for the energy clash. If we analyze the astro charts, Leo is driven by the sun, constantly seeking outward expression and bold action.
Always moving outward.
Right. But Taurus is heavily focused on security, saving resources, and basically maintaining the status quo in this month's data.
They want things to stay exactly the same.
Yeah. For Leo, the need for massive expansion simply cannot tolerate Taurus's strict routines right now. The charts show a fundamental disagreement in how to live and enjoy life during June.
So the lesson here is stick with your fire signs this month, embrace your Sagittarius friends, and basically avoid the heavy breaks of Taurus energy.
That's the best strategy.
We have covered so much ground in this conversation today, from your personal power expanding, to grand gestures and fairy tales in love, to pacing your career, balancing your bank accounts, and learning to finally rest without guilt.
It is a massive month for Leo.
It really is. But as we finish up, I want to leave you with one very important thing to think about.
What's the final thought?
We talked about how Jupiter brings this massive wave of expansion and extreme good luck on June 30. It is a huge, rare moment.
Once every 12 years.
Exactly. So here's my question for you, Leo. If the universe is practically guaranteeing your success at the end of the month, what is the one giant, brave goal you have been too scared to actually say out loud?
That is the absolute perfect question to reflect on as you prepare for the weeks ahead. The astrological charts are mathematically aligned entirely in your favor.
The runway is totally clear.
It is completely up to you to decide how high you want to reach.
Thank you so much for listening to the episode on Horoscope TV. We just love looking into the stars and the charts with you.
We do. It's always fun.
If you want to make sure you never miss a forecast, please subscribe so you can get notified the exact moment the next episode is available. Until next time, stay bright, Leo.